Money hasn't always looked like the notes, coins, and numbers we see today. If you go back far enough, you find a world with no money at all, only barter. In a busy ancient village, farmers, potters, shepherds, and fishermen try to swap what they have for what they need. If you have rice and want cloth, you must find someone who has cloth and wants rice. If they want tools instead, and the tool maker wants fish, one simple trade becomes a long chain of negotiations. As towns grow and trade spreads, this double coincidence of wants becomes a serious problem. People begin searching for things most others will always accept. Different cultures choose different answers. Salt, because everyone needs it and it can be measured. Cattle, because animals are valuable and mobile. Cowrie shells, because they are small, durable, and easy to count. These objects act as early money, common goods used as a middle step between what you sell and what you buy. Over time, many societies discover that metals make better money. Copper, silver, and gold are durable, divisible, and scarce. At first, people trade lumps or bars, weighing and testing them each time. Around the 7th century BCE in Lydia, rulers start stamping small metal pieces with official marks. These coins guarantee weight and purity, so buyers and sellers can trust them without testing every piece. Coins quickly spread across regions from the Mediterranean to Asia, turning metal into portable, standardized value. For centuries, coins dominate, but as trade expands and fortunes grow, carrying heavy bags of metal becomes risky and inconvenient. Merchants and rulers look for a way to move value without always moving metal. In Song Dynasty China, traders begin using paper receipts for deposits of coins. Governments turn these receipts into official paper money, promises that a note can be exchanged for a certain amount of metal later. Over time, people get used to treating the paper itself as money in daily life. In the modern era, many countries break the direct link between paper money and gold or silver. Their currencies become fiat, pieces of paper and digital entries that have value because governments declare it and because people trust they will be accepted tomorrow. At the same time, banks and ledgers quietly transform money into records. Instead of moving coins and notes for every payment, banks simply adjust numbers in accounts. One person's balance goes down, another's goes up. Money becomes increasingly invisible, existing as entries in books and later in computers. With the spread of electronics, this invisible money becomes normal. Credit and debit cards allow people to spend without touching cash. ATMs, online banking, and wire transfers move value across cities and countries with a few instructions. In the 21st century, smartphones and instant payment systems like QR codes and mobile apps let people send and receive money by tapping screens. For many, salary, savings, and spending now live mostly as digits on displays rather than as physical notes and coins. New experiments push this further. Cryptocurrencies create digital tokens tracked by decentralized networks rather than by any one government or bank. Whatever their long-term fate, they demonstrate that people are willing to treat pure code and consensus as a potential form of money. Once again, technology and trust reshape what money looks like and how it moves. Across this long journey, a clear pattern appears. Every time life and trade change, money changes with them. Barter works in small, simple economies. Shells and metal objects help as trade grows. Coins make value portable and standardized. Paper promises make large-scale trade safer. Banks and ledgers handle complex economies. Digital systems move value at the speed of networks. The physical form keeps shifting, but the underlying purpose, making exchange easier and more reliable, stays the same. Underneath all the metal, paper, and code, money is an agreement. It is a shared story that certain symbols stand for value and will be accepted in exchange for real goods and services. Coins carry the promise of states. Notes and deposits carry the promise of institutions and laws. Digital balances carry the promise of banks and payment systems. And cryptocurrencies carry the promise of algorithms and user consensus. Money works as long as enough people believe this story together. So when you tap a card, scan a QR code, or check numbers in your app, you are taking part in this long history. From goats and shells to gold, paper, and code, each version of money reflects how humans solve problems of trade and trust at that moment in time. The history of money is really the history of how we turned simple objects and symbols into one of the most powerful tools shaping our societies. And that story is still evolving.